Thank you. Thank you for joining us on this Friday afternoon. Hi. Fine. How are you, Luis? Tell me in the chat where are you from? Say hi, please. Gonna give you 1 or 2 minutes to people that are joining us. Hi, Lais. Good afternoon, Márcio. Welcome. Welcome, Janine. Thank you for joining us from Rio. Hi, Márcio. Hello. Hi, Maura. Mônica. Mônica from Peru. Hi, Mônica. Maura from Cotia. Melbourne. Luis from Melbourne. Okay, nice. Bolívia. Neuza. Hi, Neuza. Carlos from Minas. Okay. One more minute and then we are going to start. So let's just wait people that are joining us on this Friday afternoon. Janine is also from Minas. Do you live nearby? Carolini? Hi, Leandro. Far from BH. Okay. Okay, guys, so we're going to start. Today, I was invited to talk to you about large groups and how to prepare them for young learners' Cambridge exams, right? So I'm very glad to be here this afternoon with you to talk a little bit about my experience and the activities that I have been doing in my classroom. Okay, so I'm going to tell a little bit now about myself. Okay, my name is Lisiane. Everybody calls me Lizzie, so you can call me Lizzie as well. I am talking from Porto Alegre, right? And I've been teaching for almost 20 years now. And I've been preparing young learners for Cambridge exams here in Porto Alegre for about 10 years, right? So when I talk about large classes, I'm talking about classrooms with 30, 32 students, okay? I teach in a private school here. And in this private school where I teach, the exams are integrated into the curriculum, okay? So now I want to know a little bit of you, getting to know you. Um, are you listening? Just let me know on the chat. Yes, okay, thank you. So here, I'm gonna ask you 3 questions and then I want you to put the numbers on the chat, okay? So have you already prepared young learners for Cambridge exams? Please type number 1. If you are you currently preparing, type number 2. If you intend to prepare, type number 3. Or none of the above, type number 4. I will give you half a minute. 3, 2, 1, 3, 4, 2, 4, 2, 3. We have a mixture of answers, but I think mostly 3. Two students, okay, right. So basically, we have a little bit of everything, but I think most of you are, you intend to prepare. Okay, Joelma one. Hi, Joelma. Okay, great. So, okay, so when we talk about young learners and this this age, what are we talking about? So, who are the young learners, right? Basically, these young learners are kids that age between 7 and 12. Here in Brazil, normally they are between 9 and 12, because most of the courses or the schools, they start preparing young learners when they are 9, when they are on the third grade, or sometimes on the fourth grade, so they are 10 or 9. Okay, but if we talk about the whole world, it can start earlier. Okay, we there are three basic exams for young learners. The first one is the starters. So it's a pre A1 level, and it's very basic. The topics are very basic. The topics are related to their daily lives. So, for example, colors, animals, toys, shapes, and the vocabulary and the phrases are very simple. So they use simple present, they use continuous, present continuous, there is, there are. So this is what happens when we're talking about this exam. Okay, starters. Then we move to movers, which is a A1 exam. Here, all the vocabulary from starters is integrated in this part, in this exam, but they start developing the language and then add some more other topics and also more complex structures. Like here, they start using the simple present and the present continuous, but they also recognize already a simple past, okay, some future forms, but always as a recognition, okay? Then when we move to the next exam, and then is the last one of the young learners exam, we're talking about flyers, which is a A2 level exam. And then here, the structures are more complex, the vocab as well. And here we are talking, when we're talking about structures, we talk about simple past. They use the simple past. Here they already use some future forms, and they recognize tenses like present perfect, for example. Okay. So far, so good. Are you with me? Yes, thank you. So how to start? Yes, we know that we have activities that we call input activities. I also start my year, yes, with the input activities. I give them a lot of input activities. What do I mean by input activities? Listening to conversations, to dialogues, listening to presentations, songs, podcasts, watching films or videos or parts of films, parts of videos, okay? Then reading dialogues, short stories, instructions, observing pictures, because this is also a kind of reading, yeah, when we observe a picture, observe and read charts and graphs. So before making them produce, uh, use a lot of input activities, okay? Let them feel safe. They have to feel the environment, that the environment is safe, that they can take risks, that you are there to help them. Their classmate is there also to help and share. So this is important in the beginning of the year or in the beginning of the preparation process. After that, we move gradually into output activities, okay? So when we talk about output activities in this level for young learners, we are talking about writing dialogues, small presentations, short stories, interviews, or journals. When we talk about speaking, we are talking about role plays, interviews, presentations, storytelling, and compare and contrast. Okay, so for young learners, these are the speaking activities that they might produce. Uh, Also, in the beginning of the year, or in the beginning of the preparation, I always like having a vocabulary notebook. Okay, so I suggest them that they have this vocabulary notebook for all the 3 years. So if they start learning when they are 9, they're gonna finish this notebook when they are 12. So I give them during the classes. I list them the words, the new vocabulary. I write this vocab on the board. Then they copy, they draw. So it's a very free notebook because I give the ideas and then they choose how they want to do. If they want to draw, if they want to cut and paste. Okay, so these are some ideas from former students that I had. Here we have 2 more. So it can be very simple, just like write a sentence, write the opposite of the word, or draw the picture. Okay, so this is very up to them. It's up to them how they are gonna keep this vocabulary. Now I want you to help me a little bit. And what are the reasons to keep a vocabulary notebook? I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. Reinforces M. Memory. Adriana said memory. Any other idea? Give 5, give 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Yes, Adriana, you are right. It reinforces memory. Yeah, memory. Number two, another reason to keep a vocab notebook. Facilitates R and P. Facilitates R and P. Thank you, Janine. Role playing, reading, retention, quite there. Yes, Tati, quite there. Retention and practice. Almost there, almost there. I give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Review and practice. Yeah, so they have the words that are new for them. They can review them all the time. When they need to practice to use that word, they can go back to the vocabulary, to the page where they wrote, and then they remember, and then they can put it in practice. Okay, so imagine a student is 12 years old, and then he can go back to when he was 9 and then have a look again on the words that he was learning when he was 9 years old. So this is the idea here, okay, of this vocabulary notebook. One more challenge for you. Number 3, move words from P to A. What do you think P stands for and A stands for? Practice. I'll give you a clue. Think about input and output. Yes. Someone got. I'm gonna give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. This is gonna be passive to active. Move words that were passive, he could only recognize, and then little by little semester after semester or year after year, they are going to move from passive to active, the words that they only recognize to the words that they can produce. Okay, so these are the main three reasons to keep a vocabulary notebook. Okay, can we go on? Are you with me? So far, so good? Tell me in the chat. Is my connection good? Yes? Okay. So, another thing that I like doing when working with words, it's analyzing language from the vocabulary book. So they have this vocab book where they keep track of the new words, and then we manipulate these words in different ways. Okay, this is a suggestion from this book here, Word Games and Puzzles, that they have to analyze the words. Which words are easy and which words are difficult. So this is an example of the book, but we can also do this with the words that they have in their vocabulary notebook. So you can even create other adjectives for them. For example, which word I love and which word I hate. Which word is the most difficult to pronounce? Which one is very easy to pronounce? So you can create adjectives and to manipulate these words and then make them remember. Yeah, take this to the long-term memory and then after, of course, to the short-term memory. Okay, so this is one of the suggestions to work with this vocabulary to manipulate all these words. Well, let's go for the listening ideas now. Yeah, so for listening ideas, the first thing that I want to tell you is before opening the books, always pre-teach vocab, right? Don't ask them to open the book as you enter the classroom. No, right? Because then they are going to be looking at the book or maybe showing their friends something else in the book. So they are not going to have all the concentration you need. So don't ask for the book and then pre-teach vocab. How to pre-teach vocab? Some ideas. We're talking about large groups, so we have to be simple. Yeah. This is an activity that always works. Personalize. Which sport do you prefer? So I took the three pictures from the practice book I use, and then I showed them the pictures, and then they share with their classmate which sport do you prefer after they share with the whole group, and we pre-taught the words. Okay. Another idea, play with words. So here, for example, before opening the book, find mystery words. I gave them three letters, K, B, and P. So they have to tell me, they have to find or answer in their notebooks, what is K? So here could be, for example, kitchen. What is B in the second picture? It could be bedroom, it could be bed. What is P? It could be playing, right? Player or playing. So manipulate these words. So they are going to see these words, they are going to be in the listening, they're going to be in the transcript, but you worked with them before listening, okay? And before opening the book. This is very important. Well, then open the books. Open the books and do the activity. In this case, listen and check. Okay, listen and check A, B, or C. Before checking, always compare. So you did the activity, they completed the task, compare with a partner. What did you write on question number 1? What did you write on question number 2? Compare with a partner, share with your classmate, and then ask for a whole class correction, okay? This motivates students to complete the activity, benefits the students that are a little bit shy and they don't want to shout out the answers for the teacher. So this is always a good strategy and always work with large groups, and you make them talk, everybody at the same time. Okay. Use transcripts. Yes. When you have a book, or when you adopt a book, you always have the teacher's book, right? In the teacher's book, you have the transcript. So after doing the listening, after checking the answers or before, work with the transcripts, okay? Project the transcript on the board and work with this. You don't need to photocopy. You can just project and do some activities, okay? For example, I'm gonna give you some ideas. Shadow reading. The teachers read the sentences and then they read after the teacher, imitating pronunciation, calling attention for connected speech. So difficult words pronounce, drilling connected speech, or drilling difficult words to pronounce. So this is shadow reading. Then after they can read to each other, okay? Role play the dialogue. One student is A, the other student is B. So role play the dialogue. Order the dialogue. Project the dialogue, but not in the right order. And they have to remember what they listened and what is the order. Fill in the gaps. Simple like this, right? So erase some of the words, number the words. They have to number, write on their notebooks, and then they share with their friends and then share with the whole class. Okay, simple like that. Because listening, when a student he got the answer right, it's okay. He knew what he did and he knew why he got it right. But the problem here with large classes is that the students who didn't get the answer right, they don't know why. Most of the time they don't know why, what he didn't understand. So we need to review this, and this is a good strategy. Okay, working with the transcript. Okay, are you there? Tell me, say hi in the chat, please. Okay. Right. Distractors, right? This kind of exam, they always bring distractors when they're going to face these distractors. Distractor is the word that students might think is the correct option, but it's not. Okay, this is what we call distractors in this kind of exam. So, for example, here, is Tim in the kitchen? No, he is in the bedroom. What's he doing? Is he sleeping? No, he's playing with his computer. Okay, here, what are the distractors in your opinion? Remember, distractor is the word that is gonna try to confuse the student. When he listens to that word, he's going to go for that option, and that option is not correct. Can you help me in the chat? I'll give you a clue. There are two. Kitchen and sleeping, Marilia. Perfect. That's it. Kitchen and sleeping. When a student listens to kitchen, he's gonna mark number one, letter A. Yeah. When students listens to sleeping, he's gonna mark check letter B, number two. Okay. So they have to bear in mind that they are probably not the right answers. Probably. Okay, that's it. So work with the distractors, make them how many distractors did you find, make them circle the distractors. Okay, this is an activity they like doing because in a way they try to confuse the students and they like finding them out. Okay, so this is something good, and it works again with large classes because you just project the transcript and that's it. Before checking, always compare. So again, large classes, if you need them to produce language, it's a perfect option to compare. They have to compare, okay? Make them compare before checking with the whole class. Reading ideas. So some reading ideas here, again, before opening the books, always pre-teach vocab. Read the picture with students. What do I mean when I say read the pictures, right? So analyze the picture, observe, ask questions to students, right? Or play simple games using the pictures. And these games bring the vocab that they're gonna need to read the text. Okay. So for example, here, some ways to read a picture. Look for 1 minute and write the words. So unscramble the letters, gives them some difficult words that they're going to be in the text, but unscramble the words, and then they have to find out, putting the letters in order. Look for 1 minute and play true or false. So give them 1 minute, they look the picture, they close the book, and then you play true or false. In the sentence, you're gonna say sentences with difficult words, so they can ask you, but what is that? What does it mean? So you are pre-teaching, you are playing, and you are pre-teaching. Okay, personalize as well. Find the mystery words as we did in the listening. Give them the first letter of some words, and then they have to guess what is that letter, what is the object, what is the color, what's whatever is in the picture. Okay. uh, this is another strategy I use, because you know that some tasks, they are quite time demanding, right? They demand time. Sometimes in one period, one lesson, we do only one task, because it can be, some tasks are quite long and they take time to answer. So this is a strategy that I use, and it works a lot. Answer, half, and share. So I divide them in pairs. So student A is gonna answer 7 and 9. Student B is gonna answer 8 and 10, and then they are going to share their answers. Okay, so this is a strategy when you don't have a lot of time for preparation. When they find the answer, make them underline answers in the text. So why did Daisy and her mom and dad go home? Because they were hungry. What did Daisy's mom cook? Pasta, some pasta. Where was Ben? In the flowers. Who ate their picnic? Ben's eating it. So make them underline, because they have to know, they have to be aware that the answers are there, and they need to find the answers to complete the task. Okay. Okay. Tell me if you're following me, if it's okay. Am I too fast? All right, so going on. Before checking, always compare. Okay, so make them compare. It's an opportunity to speak. They are going to speak. Um, they are going to speak their mother tongue in their mother tongue. Yes, but with the time, they are going to be more confident. They are gonna feel safe, and they are going to try little by little speak English more and more and more. Right? Writing ideas. So now we go for the output activities, right? We started with the input activities, as I told you, and then now let's move to writing activities. Some ideas here. Build a personal quiz. When you have a practice book, normally in the teacher's book, you will find the open-ended questions that they are going to be asked, students are going to be asked in the exam by the examiner. Okay, so I always have a list of these questions, and I do some uh, games with them. I manipulate these questions so they can get used to them. Okay, one of the examples I'm going to bring for you is to build a personal quiz. People from that are from Brazil, I think, are going to remember. I don't know if you are my age or not, but when I was like 15, 14 years old, we had a questionário. Do you know what I mean? Yes, this is in English I called personal quiz. Yeah, Maura knows. Okay. So what happens here? We select 20, 10 questions from the open-ended questions, okay? And we have this, we prepare this small notebook, a small booklet. It's a booklet, right? And then each page has one question. Number one, what's your full name? Page two, how old are you? Page three, what's your favorite color? And so on. And then number one is going to be answered all by the same person. So I am going to answer number one. My name is Lisiane. I am 44 years old. Then my favorite color is purple, and so on. Number two is gonna be Valdomiro. Okay, Valdomiro. So Valdomiro is gonna answer. Number two, my name is Valdomiro. I am years old. Yes, Tatiana. Yes, we can work. They You want to know the crush here, right? It works as well. And then they are going to distribute. They're gonna share this personal quiz with their peers. They're going to share in the same classroom or even in the other group with the other groups. Yeah, my students, they used to take it to break time, and then they exchange the personal quizzes right during break time because they want to know that person information, you know. So it works a lot with teens. Okay, and it's a way of, they have a model. Yes, and then of course you can collect the quizzes, you can check for spelling mistakes after, you can work on these spelling mistakes in a specific class. Okay, so you have a bunch of ideas here to work on what you have after they have completed or during the process. Okay. Another writing activity that works a lot with large groups is the taboo writing. Yes, taboo is that game that you can't use specific words to describe an object, right? But here is the opposite. Okay, you have to use these words to describe the scene. So in starters and movers, students, they don't need to write a lot. Okay, starters, they just answer questions based on pictures, and in movers also they have to write two sentences to describe a scene. They can use there is and there are, so it's quite simple. When we're talking about flyers, which is the A2 level, here they have to tell a story, right? To write a story using these pictures as prompts. So in the beginning, they feel very they feel very scared. I mean, they feel very insecure, right? So I give them the words. Use these words. Use this structure. Sometimes I give the first sentence, or I give the final sentence. So, or I give them to complete the sentence, and then they write the story. So little by little, you build this confidence, and then they start writing more and more, and then suddenly you have no more guide at all, and they are ready to write it there on their own. Okay. Is speaking ideas. Any questions here, guys, so far? Are you following me? Any questions? I'm gonna leave some time in the end for questions, but if you want to ask me now, no problem. So far, so good. Here, can you repeat? No. Maura, you wanna me repeat the taboo writing, maybe? Here you're going to tell them to use the words that you gave. So you're gonna use policeman, hungry, play, find, and give. You're going to give these words, and then they're gonna write the story using these words. Okay, it's mandatory to use these words. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Speaking ideas. Okay, so some of the speaking ideas I've done with large groups. First is interactive presentations. Now, you know that we have the books, and we need students have the book as well. But when we're talking about speaking, the interaction is it's fundamental, it's very important. So I always have these presentations um, instead of using the book with them. Okay, I always present the book, present the task through an interactive presentation. So in this example, it's a starters activity, speaking from the starters. Okay, students, they have a big picture and small pictures, and the examiner, he asks students to put the small pictures in the big scene. Okay, so for example, here there is a classroom, there is the teacher, and the students, they have some cutouts. Okay, in this case they have, like, I think they have around 9 cutouts. In this case I brought you 3: an apple, a jacket, and the pen. First, I manipulate these cards with them. So I ask them to show me the jacket. I ask them to show me the object that you write with, or show me something red that you can knit. So I ask them to show me the pictures they have, remembering that they don't have just 3, they have 9 or 12. Okay? After this, they have to put the objects, the pictures, the cards on the scene. Then I tell them as a word exam. So now place the apple on the teacher's desk. And then all the students at the same time, they're going to place the students on the teacher's desk. Remembering that they have their books and they have this picture on the books. Okay. Then we go for the second one. Now, get the jacket. Place the jacket on the carpet. So they put the jacket on the carpet. Now, get the pen and put the pen on the bookshelf. And then everybody at the same time, they do what the examiner asks. After this, I call a confident student, and then he does the same thing that I did, but now he is the examiner and the students are the candidates, right? So this confident student, he is now giving the places for them to put the cards. Okay. And after that, they can make this same activity in small groups, in groups of 4, or maybe in pairs. So one is the examiner, the other is the student. Here they are gonna probably put the apple on the teacher's head, right? You know, they are gonna do that, and that's okay because this is practice. Okay, they are going to make funny combinations, and that's perfect, right? So this is one example of how to work, how to practice speaking with large classes. Can I go on? Thank you, Janine. This is another activity to practice speaking, which I call speaking snake. I'm gonna tell you soon why the name is this. Okay, the speaking snake. So first, this is one activity from this book, Starters, Word Games and Puzzles, which is not a preparation book. It's not a practice book. I'm sorry, it's not a practice book, but it's a preparation book. It has lots of tasks like crosswords, puzzles, word searches, riddles, with the vocab that they will be tested on the exams. Okay, there is one book per level. So I took this example from this book. They complete the postcard with their own information. They draw their face or they bring a picture from home. And then we check on the board, they ask for clarification, they ask for help, and then we go for the second part. In the second part, they have the card completed, and then I list questions. Question number one: how do you ask for someone's name? Then I write on the board, what's your name? Number one, what's your name? Then we go to number two. And how do you ask for someone's age? And then they tell me, how old are you? And then I go to the board. Two, how old are you? Okay. And then I do this with all the questions, with all the sentences until what's your favorite toy? Good here? Okay. So the questions are all on the board. Then I give numbers to the students. Okay. Here I numbered from 1 to 20, but in the because I want to explain to you what's going to happen. But in the classroom, I give them only 1 and 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So we have students that are 1, students that are 2. Okay. Here, so I can explain to you I did it differently. But in the class, I have only 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Good? All right. So what happens? I drill the question number one, what's your name? I ask them to repeat, and then they ask and answer in pairs. So number one and number two, they are a pair. They're going to ask and answer the question, what's your name? Number three, number four, number five, and number six, and so on. Okay, until number 19 and 20, everybody's going to have a pair. Okay, then I clap, teachers clap. And then all the even numbers, they stand up. Number 2, number 4, number 6, number 8, number 10, until number 20. All of them are going to stand up. Okay? So now they are going to move. Only the even numbers are going to move. So number 2 is gonna go to 4 place, to numbers 4 place. Number 4 is gonna go to number 6 place, and so on. They are going to move like a snake. That's why the activity is speaking snake. Until someone, number 18, gets to the table, the 20 table, right? The student who is 20. What happens to student who is 20? Any idea? Where does he go? Where does he go? To see if you're following, if you got the idea of this activity. To 1? No, 1 is sitting. Yes, goes to number 2. 1, 3, 5, they won't move. Just 2, 4, 6 are going to move. So number 20, he's going to go to number 2. The odd numbers, they remain seated. They don't move. They don't move. Okay, just the even numbers are going to move. Okay, you can do a second round, then you exchange. You can do a second round. Okay, yes, but the first round, only the even numbers move. Okay, if you have time, you do a second round, and that's perfect. And then what we have again, we have another configuration. Number 1 is going to talk to number 20, number 3 to number 2, number 5, number 4, and so on. Okay. And then when they are in this configuration here, I change the question. Okay, guys, number 2, how old are you? And then they ask the question to each other. I give private classes. How can I do it? Depending on the number of students you have. But you can do it with 6 students, 5 students. It's okay. 1 is not possible, right? 1 you're gonna have like 1 by 1, you and the student. Yeah. So, but for large classes, this works perfectly. It's a little bit confusing at the first moment, but then they get the idea. Okay, don't worry, they will get the idea. And then here, they are going to practice 1, to 20, 1 and 20, 3 to 2, and then next time you're gonna clap your hands again, ask them to stand up, and then move to the next chair. Okay. Need practice. Yes, I know. I know. Everybody got it? Janine, you got it? Okay. Yes, it needs practice, but it works. Okay. Yes, it works. I've been doing this for 10 years, so trust me, with 32 kids from third, fourth, and fifth grade. Okay. So it works. Trust me, it works. And they are not angels. Okay. They are normal kids. Yes, they are normal kids. Trust me. Okay. Another way of working with speaking and preparing them for speaking exams are board games. Okay, board games are an easy way of making them speak while they play, and it's also a good opportunity for you to check on who is this, who, what are the difficulties, what are the problems, pronunciation problems, because you can monitor while they are playing, and then you take notes what are the problems, or you take notes who students need more help, then maybe they need an extra reinforcement, okay, extra practice. So board games are good as well. So for example, I took the same activity again, and then I did a board game using the questions. Look, so all those questions are here in cards. I have this board game. It's a big one, a large one, and then it is empty. There are no questions in it. And then I have the cards, and then the students get the cards and they play. Then they have to move. They have to answer correctly. Okay, and then they move through from start until someone gets to finish. Okay. I will answer your question in a minute, Luis. Just let me finish here, okay? Hold on. And then the next turn is the next activity is also a board game, but instead of using the cards that you have to print, you have to cut. Students might, uh, uh, lose it. Yes, you can uh, build a spinner, a wheel, okay, using WordWall or any wheel creator on the internet. Then you type the questions, and then they spin the wheel, and it's the same thing. They answer the question, and then they can only move if they have they corrected, they answered correctly. Sorry. Here is another template I have. So here is the famous snakes and ladders. And here I created this template using like there are some special houses, right? So for example, sing a song, some of them love singing and the others don't want to sing. Start again, play again, go back, go ahead, and so on. Okay. Yeah. And then this is all for today, guys. All the ideas I I brought you here, I took from these two collections, okay, from Express Publishing Brazil. Um, the first collection is, like I told you, is not a preparation book. It's it's not a practice book. It's a preparation book. So there are puzzles and games and word searches and riddles with the vocab and structures the students are going to face in the exam. And the second one, which is called Skills Builder, these are practice exams. There are 5 mock tests in each. So you're going to prepare your students using these mock tests, doing these activities I suggest for you, right? And there is a coupon on our website. Go to our Instagram, and then the website is there, the web store. Our Instagram is at Express Publishing Brazil, and the coupon is DeskProf15, so 15% of discount. Okay. These are my social media. So at lizzie.armas, at Books and Toys Brazil, and then my email address. I think I had some questions. Let me just remember. Uh, there was a question from help me about the students who struggled. What should be done about students who are falling behind the others, right? This is always a challenge, but what I normally do, I ask them to take their time first. Yeah, take their time or be there with them, give a kind of guide them to the activity. If you need, ask them to write and then you check for them. Okay, in a large class, in a large group, you have like these students, so this is normal, but ask them, give them some extra help, right? So they can little by little feel more confident, and then trying and taking risks using the language. Okay, I always do that with these students who have like more problems, or they don't want to speak, they are, you know. Mhm. I had There was another question. A bunch of great ideas. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I use the movers. Okay. Thank you. And if you use these ideas, please take pictures or record videos. Tag me. I'll be very happy to know that you could use these activities. Tell me if they worked or if they didn't work. Then we can exchange some ideas as well. So thank you very, very much for being here today in this afternoon, in this Friday afternoon. Okay. Follow our Instagram, Express Publishing. Express Publishing Brazil and Books and Toys Brazil. Okay, thank you, Express and Books, for this wonderful webinar and this hour as well. So thank you very much, guys. Have a good weekend and see you next time. Thank you. Bye. Thank you. See you next time. Thank you. Thank you, Isa.